In story mode, you're playing the game for fun. Work together to solve the crime and play the story you want to see.
Cars in the vicinity of 535 Meeker, 1031, possible hostage situation. Extreme caution advised. Suspect description matches the trapper.
You ready for this?
Of course I'm ready.
Nice and easy. Textbook color. What's the play?
Vote for choices by moving your pointer inside the box.
It doesn't feel right. Let's scope it out.
Split up.
I'll take the door around back.
Windows are mine.
Stealth mode. See you in there.
Use your pointer to hit the target before the timer runs out.
He's in here. Freak!
Hands up now!
To shoot, move your pointer onto the target. Think before you shoot. You do not have to open fire.
Hands behind your head, no sudden moves.
I will shoot.
Don't shoot!
Hey! Don't test my aim, fucker!
I am not gonna hurt her!
Please help me, please get me out of here. Hands up! Hands up! I'm not gonna say it again! It's not worth it. It's over.
The hunt for the Trapper came to a dramatic end tonight as police from the 3rd Precinct arrested their primary suspect, Jonathan Finn. Finn is wanted in connection with a string of grisly murders that has gripped the city and claimed the lives of first response police officers. More on this story as it develops.
Ladies and gentlemen, the accused, Jonathan Finn, is guilty. Of that, there's no doubt. Your job is simply to determine how he is punished. This man, the so-called Trapper Killer, has terrorized our community with his brutal murder spree. Booby-trapping his victims so our brave first responders became victims themselves. These innocent people were targeted for no other reason than to play out Jonathan Finn's sick game. Jonathan Finn has confessed to every single one of these crimes. I ask that the court consider Jonathan Finn's voluntary confession of his crimes. He has spared the victims' families a prolonged trial, and in doing so, has demonstrated a glimmer of remorse. Therefore, it is my recommendation that Jonathan Finn be spared the death penalty and instead sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Thank you.
Jonathan Finn, you have committed crimes of such a depraved nature that this court has no alternative but to sentence you to death by lethal injection. This court is adjourned.
Tap the logbook button on your app to read plot updates, view character biographies, and check the major ripple events affecting your story.
I am Ray Weaver, and this is The Crawl. Let's kick it off tonight with our very own homegrown villain, Johnny Finn, the Trapper. Sucker's been on death row for 5 whole years. Mr. Trapper's only got 48 hours left on our big blue marble, so I thought, hey, did you know one of the victims? Phones are open. Caller 1, you're on.
Hey, so, well, yeah, man, I mean, in my point of view, like, they can't fry this son of a bitch hard enough, you know? So he got messed up as a kid. That's no excuse to take it out on our finest boys in blue.
I hear you, but it ain't like our cops got the finest reputation, you know? Look at Marnie for one. Promotion to homicide, medal, the works. This gal's on top of the world, and guess what? Turns out she's dirtier than the rest of us down here in the mud. Mishandling evidence, improper conduct, who knows what else?
Damn. Guess you never know who's one of the good ones.
Caught another pair of John Does this weekend. We're quickly racking up red names on this board, and I gotta tell you, unsolved cases don't exactly uphold the reputation we've built here at this precinct.
Just put Marnie the Magician on the case. I hear she's got a knack for making things disappear.
Son of a bitch.
Detective Calvary? I pretend you didn't just say that. You're dismissed.
Hey, Becky. Ignore him.
Calvary?
Everyone knows he only reported you because you're the biggest target.
Glad to know my accomplishments have earned me something.
You doing okay?
I'd be doing a lot better if Calvary would take a short walk off a tall building.
Hey, just promise me you won't do anything. Don't give IA anything to work with. At least while the inquiry's still open.
Yeah, thanks. Just gotta keep telling myself that.
Detective Marnie, we have a word in my office. Look, Marnie, I'm not supposed to comment on an ongoing internal affairs investigation, but if it starts affecting my best detective...
I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, don't apologize. You're a good cop. I have no doubt you didn't do anything to compromise the crime scene intentionally. The facts will speak for themselves.
Thank you for believing in me, sir.
You know, it sometimes feels like we don't have a choice in these things, but you do. You got me?
Yes, of course.
I want to believe that. But I know the trapper's set for execution in 48 hours. It's a heavy load. Knowing you sent someone to death row, I don't want you to be distracted.
Finn's execution can't come soon enough.
A whole lot of folks agree. I know I do.
I'm gonna guess none of those folks are looking forward to a good night's sleep as much as I am. The fact that he's still breathing keeps me up at night.
Got your message. Heading to see your client now.
Sorry I couldn't make it back to town.
I'm not crazy about meeting Finn without his attorney present.
I know. Thank you for talking to him so quickly.
Well, he doesn't have much time left, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You want to give me a little preview?
He can be kind of a tough nut to crack. Be strategic.
Great. Any tips?
You need to get him to talk about Adam Jones.
Who's Adam Jones?
Better you hear it from him. You got a plan?
If he's actually got something to say, then I'm ready to hear it. Call you after?
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Your attorney says you have something you want to tell me.
Sure, but you ain't gonna believe me. No one does. I used to blame God for what happened.
At Las Palmas? The orphanage?
We were just kids. We trusted them. But I've forgiven them now. God teaches us to forgive. If I gotta go out, I ain't going out a liar.
Then tell me the truth.
Miss Graves, I did not kill anybody.
Listen to me. I don't like you. I believe in my duty, and that is to listen to what you have to say, but that window is closing fast. So speak up.
It was Adam.
Adam?
Adam was my best friend at the orphanage, and he killed those people.
I'm listening, but you have to give me more to go on.
Adam and I, we seen some shit together. Makes you close. Adam escaped, and I found drugs. I was high from the moment I got out of there. And a couple of years later, a couple of centuries, hell if I know, Adam tracks me down online. And he keeps writing me and bringing up all that old shit from the orphanage. He says he knows exactly how to make him pay. So we made an arrangement. I rat myself out, I take the heat off him, spend a couple of months in the clink, and then wham! Trapper strikes again. Can't be me, because I'm in here. Makes sense, right?
Pretty convenient.
Convenient? Convenient is Father Raminsky running an orphanage. Fox in a henhouse. You have no idea what it was like in there. The playroom. Well, that's what he called it, but I think he was the only one who was having any fun in there. Cops never found it?
No.
Well, you can go see for yourself.
Not even sure if the orphanage is still standing. So where is he?
Adam? Now? No idea.
How can we find him? We've got to start someplace.
I got a place.
Where?
It's not, It's better if I draw you a map.
You gonna draw me a treasure map?
All I can do is point you in the right direction, but,
Nope. You got words. Use them.
I kinda need to show you myself, you know?
So let's say you're telling the truth. You don't know where he is now. Sounds to me like he's left you high and dry.
I know what Adam's like. Kind of places he hangs around.
Settle down.
We could go together. Check it out.
You gotta give me more than that, or you ain't going nowhere.
I can't take it! I'm not supposed to be here! It's not supposed to go like this!
Finn! Stop it!
This is insane. Adam told me this wouldn't happen. He told me I'd be out by now. He promised!
If this is all true, I will make sure you don't die a liar, okay? I will look into Adam Jones. If he's out there, I'll find him.
How'd it go?
How do you think?
I got a report back on Adam Jones. He was at Las Palmas same time as my client, but he died in the same fire that closed it for good.
Look, I know where you're going with this, and it's not gonna work. There's no way they're letting Finn out. It's too flimsy.
I know. That's not what I'm after.
Then why bring me out here?
If you tell the judge about Adam Jones, maybe he'll grant Finn a temporary release and help the cops track down Jones.
Lana, it's too late.
It could lead to an appeal.
All we're doing is delaying the inevitable.
Adam Jones is reasonable doubt, Felicity.
I never wanted the death sentence, but I just don't think this is enough to stop it from happening.
Finn is not a good man, but he is not the Trapper. And if he dies, the Trapper is still out there.
Yeah. You're right. Let's take it to Judge Vanstone, see what happens.
Thank you, Felicity.
Don't thank me yet. Thank you so much for seeing me so quickly.
Miss Petty already filled me in on this whole Adam Jones business.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with Mr. Finn.
Now, in my experience, you light a candle under a man's ass, you can fly a balloon out of his mouth.
Sir?
Are you buying his story?
I have doubts, but we do have a record of an Adam Jones at the orphanage, same time as Finn.
Has anyone spoken to Jones?
He's been presumed dead for years.
That's quite a stretch, don't you think? Well, even if Jones exists, how can you be sure Finn can track him down?
There's no way to know unless we try, sir.
You're full of surprises, Miss Graves. Well, if you were in my position, what would you do?
I don't think it's my place to make that kind of decision, sir.
I'm sorry, Miss Graves, but Finn has gotten into your head once, and he's doing it again. He's clearly a desperate man, just dredging up anything he can from his past to delay the inevitable. There's just not enough here for me to take any action. Finn stays put. The execution will go on as planned.
Hey, Lana.
No go, huh?
Yeah, Vanstone's mind's made up.
Alright. There's one more thing you can do for me.
I feel like you're running out of favors here.
The police and homicide won't talk to me. They think I'm just as bad as my clients. But they'll talk to you.
I don't know. I'm not sure homicide will talk to me either.
It's over in a couple hours either way. For Finn.
God damn it. Fine. I'll let you know how it goes. And I need a raise.
Then you should have gone into corporate law. Don't you know that crime doesn't pay?
Yeah.
Sounds like a load of fresh horse manure. Case is airtight. We caught him in the act, for Christ's sake. You want to tell me why, exactly, we should be listening to that scumbag?
I'm just doing my job, Detective Calvary. I try not to miss things that might be important. I know that's sort of a foreign concept around here.
I'm not gonna punch a DA. Not a lady one, at least.
Who exactly was Adam Jones? Did he come up at all during the investigation?
Uh-huh. There was an Adam Jones at the orphanage. But you know what? Sorry fucker was killed in the fire that shut the place down. So the story kinda ends there.
Finn's got impeccable timing. You don't think he's full of it?
I'm just covering every possibility. But yeah, I think he's lying. I just don't know how much. Finn tells me Rominsky had a secret room at the orphanage. Called it the playroom. It's where he held his extracurricular activities. Does that sound familiar?
I'd remember something like that. That didn't come out in the report.
I was wondering, Mr. Hillary, so when you analyzed the bodies of the Trapper's victims, did you find anything that might suggest there could be another suspect?
Gosh, that was 5 years ago. I don't think so.
So no reason to suspect anyone but Finn?
I do recall only, submitting a partial analysis of the evidence because Mr. Finn confessed, so it seemed open and shut.
So there was more evidence left to analyze?
Well, yeah, trace signatures.
Do you have access to all that data?
Now just hold on a goddamn second. This case is closed. Finn had motive. He went through hell at Las Palmas. He hated the police. We even found his hair at another crime scene.
The RV park, right? That was the social worker? And, Detective Marnie, would you mind walking me through that night again?
I'll walk you through it in 2 words. Missed opportunity. Could have had Finn in handcuffs right then and there.
I think I'd like to hear from Detective Marnie, if you don't mind.
Sure. Catherine Hope was a social worker at Las Palmas Orphanage. We didn't know Finn had her. We got a 10-8 at Hog Haven Trailer Park out by the highway. A break-in in progress. I was closest to the scene, so I went solo. Should have been a piece of cake, but that night everyone was on pins and needles because the Trapper was raising Cain. And any one of us could have been next. This is 609 on the CFBIP. Open exit on the highway. No perp. Gonna make an entry to the trailer.
609 acknowledged. Caution advised.
Search for the clues shown at the top of the screen. Use your pointer to highlight the clues before the timer runs out. Some of these clues could help you in the future, so try to find them all.
Help me.
Okay. Just keep quiet. Who did this to you?
I was in the bar. I don't know. I woke up here. Oh God, please help me, please. What's happening?
Okay, I'm gonna remove the timer. Oh, crap.
Oh God! Oh my God, get me out of there!
Shh, calm down, please.
Hurry!
Oh, shit. Well, I only had one casualty that night.
Not that it did a lot of good. Social worker was killed in a hit and run a few weeks later.
It wasn't the kind of thing I'm eager to repeat.
Finn must have seen you coming. Cut out before finishing the job.
Yeah, split so quick he left his gear behind.
It was very brave of you to go in there alone.
I was, just doing my job.
And, how did you link Finn to the scene?
I discovered them as the Finn had left a hair at the scene. We ran the DNA through our criminal database, and he came up as the match.
He was already in the system.
Finn had been in and out of the station so many times he practically had a door with his name on it. When we got the tip that he'd been spotted at a squat, we just happened to be driving by.
Shit just seems to fall in your lap, Detective.
At least I caught him, dick.
Uh-oh. Mama Bear's got a temper. Watch out.
Okay, let's ease up on the pissing contest, all right? Let's at least try to pretend to work together.
The Trapper case shook everyone up. I think we've poured enough salt in all our own wounds for one night.
Sergeant.
I think that about covers it. Or anything else we can help you with?
Do you have Adam Jones's forensics records on file?
Well, not from his death.
Were there samples taken when he was placed in the orphanage?
Yes. Most likely.
Would it be possible to pull those records and run them against evidence found at the Trapper's crime scene?
Are you shitting me? You're wasting the time of this entire division, you understand? I got a better idea. We let that psycho die on the table.
Calvary, stop.
We'll have Mr. Hillary look into it. Let you know if we find anything.
Thank you.
Hey, Graves.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say that...
Calvary's a dick.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You were really helpful. See you later, Detective Marnie. Huh. A rat trap. Target number 1, Rupert Walsh, local undertaker, drunk, no apparent connection to Las Palmas orphanage. After the murder, the trapper rigged a shotgun to the motel door and the first responding officer was killed. Second target, Frederick LeMay, orderly at Las Palmas, drug charges, assaults, but no convictions. Trapper left his body in a pitch-black room and filled the light fixture with C4. First responding officer flipped the switch, and sayonara. Third target, Father Rominsky. The trapper had sewn explosives inside his body, wired to blow if he moved a muscle. Left him sitting in a prayer position, and he was forced to confess his sins, namely the abuse he and his cronies conducted at the orphanage. The first responder was... it was Sergeant Teller. A theory. While the first target had no apparent connection to Las Palmas, all the responding officers were from the 3rd Precinct, including Detective Marnie. Were the initial victims just a smokescreen, and the real targets the 3rd Precinct police? Why would he target them? Contacts.
Who would you like to call?
Becky Marnie.
Calling Becky Marnie.
Hi, Detective Marnie. This is Felicity Graves.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so sorry for calling so late, but I've just been going over the case files and... Do you mind if I run a theory by you?
Sure. Hit me.
I found some file photos of rat traps at the crime scenes.
Yeah. That was the trapper's sick little calling card. We kept that detail out of the press.
Do you think it's possible that the real targets in each of the trapper killings were actually the first responding officers?
I suppose it's possible.
You don't sound too sure.
Well, what do you want me to say? We were all dirty?
I'm not accusing you, I'm just... Well, if you could tell me anything else that might help.
There's nothing to tell.
Okay. Sorry to bother you.
Have a good night, Miss Graves.
Another note, Trapper was Detective Calvary's case, yet Marnie arrested Finn. Something about the tension today between Calvary and Marnie feels like it runs deeper than they were letting on. Something seems fishy.
This is 125 at the 1016. Make an entry.
125 acknowledged. Caution advised.
This is the police. Anyone here? Oh, dear God. Sir, can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on?
We got a problem.
What?
Victim's a cop.
What? What happened?
Still trying to put that together. Call came in and there was a body. Responder showed up, body was rigged. Trap was down.
Police? Who? How?
It's cavalry.
What? No, that doesn't That's ridiculous.
They're still sorting through the mess. Becky.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, would you please stay clear of my working area? Thank you.
From what we can piece together, it seems like Calvary brought a prostitute.
God.
Brought her back here where, you know.
Track her down?
Only got a partial description. 20s, brunette.
Great.
Calvary put a whole clip in that wall, didn't hit one thing. Only blood here's his. And Officer Montesinos.
The responder?
Calvary's body was rigged. Traps.
Fuck. That's a whole clip. If someone cut his throat from behind, then why would he fire this way? And if they did it from the front, why would he miss? Oh, God. It's really him.
Anything?
Nothing useful.
Becky, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you this. Where were you last night?
I was home.
Alone?
Yeah? So?
Shit.
What?
You need to be very, very careful how you handle this.
Why?
You gotta make sure you account for all your whereabouts. Everyone knows how you and Calvary felt about each other.
Tom.
You have to be careful.
This isn't happening.
I wish it wasn't.
I hated that fucker, but I would never do something like this.
I believe you.
You shouldn't have to believe me. Oh my God.
That's the end of part 1. Check the logbook, fix yourself a drink, and hit the box when you're ready to move on.